Рын. Кто там подсматривает? Признавайтесь. Ты, Раш? Шо? Я от зубного, так что у меня пол лица это. Или что? Если шо. Фу. Так, на чем я остановился? Костяных хероид. Лекаря привели. Сучки нас предали. Так и живем. Шлемак сотого качества. Капец денег, можно улучшать и улучшать. Так, а что мы выучили? Shift есть. Перекат. Сила вся. Выносливость еще единичку и потом ловкость. А, вот тут есть единичка, да? Намного дешевле покупать товары у торговцев и улучшать боевые. Чего? Позволяет немного дешевле покупать товары и улучшать боевые навыки спутников. Позволяет с большой вероятностью достигать успеха в некоторых вариантах диалога. Улучшать боевые навыки спутников. Начально заниматься с ресурсами. А, вот что интуиция дает. Открывать дополнительные. Я понял. Позволяет обходиться без носежок или переработки. Ништяк. Ништяк. Опа. Кто здесь? Я не слышно, Андрюх, если что. Так. Так, если чат, я не слышу. Чё? Да. Чемпион арены. Пойти арену, блядь, понагинать, что ли? Чем интересно, не дали? Так. интересно, да. Так, сообщить мошенников, говорится, самолистцем. О, еще с этой можно помочь.
Desade, I would like to go to Kurganau, the place of ritual,
Мне нужно
to
попасть
study the
в
carvings and
Кергана.
offerings there. But you are already very busy. We'll talk about it another time. Anything else?
I must leave you.
Кергана. Кто там ходит туда-сюда? Андрюх, тебя не слышно? Если шо. Шо? Если шо-шо.
Good day.
Welcome. You here to wager? To fight?
I want to challenge the champion of the arena.
A champion? Really? Now, you were asking about Candy King.
Really, а хули, блядь?
It wouldn't be him that sent you here by any chance.
No, no one has sent me. I'm looking to make a reputation for myself.
Ah, that sounds better. You know that in order to attain supreme glory, there are a few rungs on the ladder. None of my champions will make a trip to fight against someone barely known.
Even if I promise that the spectacle will be worth the journey.
No one cares about promises. Prove yourself in the arena and win at least the third challenge, and people will start to listen to you.
Very well. We'll see each other again soon.
At least you have the right attitude. That's summit.
Три
I will
боя.
leave you alone until your reputation in the arena is established. There's no point in me following your trail for days.
Yes, that's wiser. It could take some time.
Let me know if you need me.
Of course, Petrus.
Сука, бросил меня, да, бля? Да, священники на аренах не пиздятся. Нет, все-таки он идет со мной. Странный тип.
Ready to excite the crowd.
Ага. Так, носиться есть одно правило.
Perfect. As soon as you're ready, you can jump right in. You saw them win the first challenge with audacity, and here they are again for the second.
Put on my blade. Then let's go!
Ready Ready to excite the crowd?
Выйти из боя, узнать правила.
Could you explain the rules again?
Certainly. Regular combats take place in groups. 2 of your companions will fight at your... In order to become a champion, you'll need to win each challenge is but. Once the challenge has been...
I need to get going.
Huh. A pity. Excellent. And the public really appreciated it. Now that was a challenge well won. Perfect. As soon as you're ready, you can jump right in. Here for your greatest pleasure, our team of excellence. Once again...
Poison on my brain. And let's go! Our enemies. Let's see if you can ward off this fate! Poison on my brain.
Excellent. And the public really appreciated it. Now that was a challenge well won. Perfect. As soon as you're ready, you can jump right in. You've grown to love their faces. You know their tactics.
Let's go!
Excellent.
Слава
And the public
яйцам.
really appreciated it.
Разобрался.
Now that was a challenge well won.
Здорово, Дис.
Что у тебя вечно там, блядь, хуйня какая-то происходит? Здорово.
Да, блядь, что-то Винда решила микрофон
As soon
отключить.
as you're ready, you can jump right in.
Десятка хуйня.
Incredible. Who would ever have believed that
Меня
our
устраивает.
excellence would have risen
А не
so
активированная десятка, я тебе скажу просто.
Then let's go! Armor will no longer protect you. May the shadow engulf our enemies. Let's see if you can ward off this threat.
Your armor is falling apart. May the shadow engulf our enemies.
Никогда не думал, что средство автоматического устранения неполадок Windows может быть вообще полезно.
Bit of poison on my blade. Then let's go!
May the shadow engulf our enemies.
Let's see if you can ward off this fate. You take a potion if you want to cast more spells.
Your magic is running out. Take a potion. May the shadow engulf.
Нихуя себе, бля. Что за хуйня там на арене, блядь, стоит?
Bit of poison on my blade. Then let's go! Ward off this fate.
May the shadow engulf our enemies.
Let's see if you can ward off this fate.
Fantastic! You are now a champion of the arena. I must say that this is the first time I've ever seen such a young team leader win the title. Allow me to give you this. The prize awarded to champions.
Thank you. I need to get going.
Huh. A pity. Well, come back again soon.
О, бля. Нихуя мечару дали, бля. И без дырок. Ну, естественно, блядь. Ловкость 5 надо, пиздец. Что ты на наработки, Андрюх?
Тогда.
Как будто да. У меня опять полъебальца, блядь. А не мешал.
Чего?
Говорю, у меня опять пол лица не мешал, да.
Good day.
Welcome. You here to wager? To fight?
On what would we be betting?
On the fights in the arena. You never heard of them? Quite a few.
And do they win?
A few do.
What is this?
It's a place people are...
I've done what you asked me. Can I have my fight now?
I have to admit that you've surprised me. You have technique and style, and the public does love you. Let me think. There's Briscard,
Хорошо,
one of
бля.
our old champions.
Идите,
Been a
здорово.
while since he fought, but he did ask me to set something up for him. He's not a youngster anymore, but his name is known, and he's a killer. I'm warning you.
This
борда
Briscard sounds
такие
like the
ушли.
perfect opponent.
Да,
A deal.
Один
I'll work on getting things ready for the combat and line up the betting. Until then, make sure you're ready. It'll be a duel. Your friends will need to stay in their seats. As soon as you're ready, you'll just need to go and see the arena
Ну,
master.
если честно, пока что-то
We
не
should
очень
go and see
хочется.
Candy Cane, so
Вообще
she
не
can set up
зашла,
our
я ее
deal.
посмотрел,
So
дичь.
when you win, she will lose her
Даже
bet.
вторая, 1 в 1.
Вот да, верные слова. Вообще не понимаю, за что бабки платить, еще и такие.
Кому как.
Ну бля, ну она такая же, Раш, ну посмотри на нее. Она реально тут тупо такая же. Вообще
Мало.
ничего нету. Паркур добавили? Охереть.
А что ты хотел еще от нее?
Я вообще от нее ничего не хотел. И не хочу. Просто не вижу смысла типа. Вообще не вижу.
Кому как, говорю же.
Ну, фанатам, кто по борде там любит, тому, да, зайдет, наверное.
Как-никак продолжение серии.
Я там в историю вообще не вникал.
Ладно. Относись больше.
Нихуя предъява, блядь.
Да вот по стриму смотрю. Либо так свет падает, либо что. На больше мужика. Накрасился ты чё, блядь?
Она что, стримит?
Да, бордо треть.
Пиздец, она купила третью борду.
the gamer's not
Ну, в
here.
погоне за
At
хайпом.
least not yet. Remember, my child, the bookmaker told us that he hangs around here at night.
That's true.
Ей до
You're
хайпа,
right.
когда
Let's come back later.
далеко.
Как Владос до Бентли, да?
Нет, ему до Бентли-то недалеко, там на дистанцию топливного шланга он фактически.
Куда вы знаете, может он там скрытый миллионер какой-то.
Уже очень скрытый.
Ну а что с нами холопами, блядь, вообще уже не приходят, блядь. Не задумывался?
Да нет, мы уж вроде как обсудили, то что там вновь парня нового нашел, да и все.
Или двух.
Ну да.
И
вот
крутит там, блядь,
разрывается.
Санта-Барбару, блядь.
Вот и разрывается, и этому, и тому надо дать.
Блядь.
Пиздец, стоило ему уйти, такие шутки полетели про него.
Пиздец, я сам в ахуе.
Раш в разнос пошел.
Бля, в каждой шутке доля правды.
Либо доля
В
шутки.
каждой шутке только доля шутки.
Да, конечно. Доля правды. ёп. Мы все скрытые гомосеки, блядь.
Говори за себя.
Вот
Я
ты
не
испарился.
Я женщин люблю.
А ну позови женщину к микрофону.
Блять, ты откуда с торгового центра позвать? Сейчас выйти, что ли, или чё?
Ну да. Подходишь ко
Ну,
мне.
кстати, тот факт, что я их люблю, еще не говорит о том, что они меня любят. блядь.
Во-во.
Заметь, ты сам к этому пришел.
Почему? Потому что они меня не любят?
К такому
Ну,
I
блядь,
have
выводу,
a
да.
very
Хуй его знает.
lucrative proposal
Такое.
for you. You know that I have to fight against a champion.
Но я-то их все
Everyone
равно люблю.
knows you were expected to lose in 1 minute.
I'm well aware of that. I know that my opponent is too strong for me. But let's suppose my opponent draws the fight out a bit. For the beauty of the battle, of course.
I'm starting to see what you're alluding to. This fight don't interest me. The odds against you are
Хотел
so
сказать,
high,
что Лани
I wouldn't get
красненькая
much out
идет,
of it.
потом
But if we
подумал, что
make
вы
all the
посчитаете это
gamblers
типа за
lose
отмазку или
by
там за,
letting you
блядь,
hang in there a
начнется
bit
нахуй.
longer,
We could win a nice little nest egg.
organising this will entail some costs for me. It's better to add a bonus. Without the bonus, there's no deal. If you pay me in advance, you won't be tempted to play any tricks. So, get your wallet out.
If this seals our deal, it's worth it. Here, take it.
Excellent. Don't you worry now. Everything will be fixed for the fight. I think that one of my special clients will also be interested in our little arrangement.
Be careful not to tell too many people, so that the odds don't drop too low.
Он нас собирает на Ghost Recon Wildlands. О.
Чё?
На Ghost Recon Wildlands собирает.
Бля, мне так эта игруха понравилась, Вайланд, кстати. Ну она мне так глючила, бля. Вот там вот, ну это ПВЕшка чисто, блядь. Но она прикольная почему-то, мне показалось. Многим не зашла, хз чё.
Ну, тебе и GreedFall заходит.
Да.
Мне что-то как-то такое.
Мне пиздец зашел GreedFall.
Олег Гном играет борду третью.
Да, он с Жекой стримил.
Это ваш знакомый?
А чё этот Жеки в итоге задонатили, что ли?
Ну, наверное, кто-то купил ему бордон. Подозреваю, что Олег Гном и купил.
Подозреваем, что Олег, да.
Нормально.
Ready to excite the
Лучше бы
crowd?
мне купил, я бы с ним
Ah,
тоже
there
побегал.
you are. I
Ну
was
и
told you'd be
мне.
taking on one of our old
Хули нет,
champions.
сразу два
Are you ready for
человека
the
было.
fight? Beware.
А так
Contrary
один
to the
Жека.
challenges, this combat must be fought
Но
alone.
он бы, знаешь, что бы нам сказал, говорит, ну, говорит, Жеки купил игру и попал в телевизор.
Yes, I am ready.
So, jump into the arena. And may the...
Очень интересно логику.
What a brilliant spectacle. Congratulations on your victory.
Thank you. It wasn't easy.
And here are your winnings from the combat. You've earned them.
Bravo!
Ты видел это?
A
Чайник
glorious
туда
victory,
затек.
which is made all the sweeter by double compensation.
I don't believe I've ever seen you happier.
А, ты
The
закрыл,
thought of
наверное, наш
holding
стрим, да?
something over Cornelia seems
Да.
to do you
Я
wonders.
же так посмотрел,
That is
заценил,
true.
так сказать, свернул.
Politics is
А она
an
что, одна играет?
extremely subtle game.
Нет, с
And
кем-то
just as
бегает.
satisfying as fighting
А,
in
с
an
кем-то
arena.
бегает?
Пила чай
I
и
imagine we
пролила
need to
чай
go and
между
see her
сисек.
now.
Молодец.
Yes, and I hope you will
Случайно?
enjoy the moment every bit
Контент.
as much as I will.
Да хз. Попросил, говорит, отвернитесь. Чай, говорит, не туда затек.
Главное, чтобы не кипяток, чтобы сиськи живые были.
Кипяток-то было бы весело.
Помню, бычок.
Ну, я пока вижу между двумя бордами отличие в том, что в этой можно цвета менять персонажу отдельно и все.
Ну как же, новые персонажи, новые миссии.
Скиллы,
Типа
наверное.
старых, да. Он просто начинает надоедать в том плане, что все одинаковое. Одинаковые миссии, одинаковое это как-то вот нет чего-то. Стрельба такая себе, не такая себе, я бы даже сказал, говно.
Не знаю, мне борда прям, вот как только вышла первая, очень нравилась, а потом что-то, блядь, такое.
Там надоело просто.
Да, там сюжета особо такого, не знаю, может я не вникал, блядь, чисто бегаешь, стреляешь и все, и пиздец, блядь.
Не знаю, там много приколов всяких.
Скорее всего, Андрюха правильно говорит, надоело. Первую несколько раз проходил, помню, с друзьями. Вторую так я и не прошел. И ни один, и не с вами не прошел.
Мы ж прошли тогда.
Или прошли ее?
Прошли. Вроде
Да?
как. Или не допрошли, я не помню.
Я уже сам не помню. По-моему, мы не прошли ее, не?
Там еще одна миссия вроде оставалась. Мы выполнили предпоследнюю точно. Это когда мы кто нам? Бабу эту освободили. Или убили мы ее тогда. Что-то такое, короче. Ну, я не помню, как мы финального босса убивали, мы его или нет. Вроде нет.
Lady de Sade, what can I do for
We have come to offer our support.
How do you know that? Oh, I see. You tricked my...
We just let him believe that I would lose.
All I did was take the place of your moneylender. You owe me...
All of this just to make me spill the... I didn't expect you to play this kind of game, Your Ex...
Oh, come on, Cornelia. You...
It's true. And I also know when...
We won't use what we know of you, nor what you owe us, so long as you act loyally towards the congregation and
Is that what you're expecting? Ah, but I'm sure that this... You hope that I'll support you when you court the rank. You haven't learnt your lesson, then? Have you forgotten the abyss into...
Petrus, what's she talking...
Cornelia, you don't have the right to use that against me, to disclose what I revealed to you that...
It was said under the seal of the Enlightened, but if someone deserves to know...
No, please.
Since you have no intention of speaking, I will. Petrus knew your mother.
Знаешь, что еще думаю, почему, может быть, нам борда вторая так сильно не зашла? Потому что мы, наверное, привыкли к ПВП.
Petrus, is it true?
Там адреналина побольше.
How?
Be damned, Cornelia. It's true.
Постоянно в батлу
I knew
бегаем,
your
стреляем,
mother.
все
I
такое.
used to go to the jail
А тут тупо
to give my
мобов.
spiritual support to the prisoners of the Prince d'Orsay. That's where I met her. She was alone, afraid,
Мне кажется, игра такая какая-то.
and so strange. Obviously, I had no way of knowing that she came from here. The princes kept their secret well.
Why didn't you tell me about it? You know that my uncle lied to me and you kept quiet.
I was ashamed. Ashamed of having left her to die in that dead-end pit. Completely alone.
Why talk to others about it then? Why does she know?
One evening, in a fit of despair, Petrus felt the need to share this great burden with someone.
At the time, you were the ear of the enlightened, Cornelia. You have broken your vows. Ah, damnation. It's better out in the open. I've wanted to tell you about it since I met you. Now that you know, I want to do something in her memory. I will help you find your family here on the island. The prince sent you here to use you. But I can ensure that
Новый нагрудник
all of
надо было.
this serves a purpose.
How could I possibly believe you?
Да не, это старый,
You
просто
have
улучшил
used
его.
me for your scheming and have kept me in the dark.
Там, когда улучшаешь, они, понял, меняют вид прикольно. Всякие броники появляются, если на броню улучшаешь. Если на скилл, там какая-то фишечка, мешочек, там что-то.
Come back and see me when you are ready. As for you, Cornelia, remember what we have on you. You no longer have the upper hand.
Be careful, de Sade. You now see the real Petrus, sly and opportunistic.
Бля, вроде с ним в нормальных отношениях были. Нахуя вот этот квест, типа, шантажирует? Такое себе, блядь. Ладно. совета.
What do you seek?
I have come to tell you that we have taken care of the Inquisitors and set the camp's prisoners free.
You thought we weren't capable of fighting the Soul Lasser and of freeing our people?
That's not it. I thought it was my duty
Ёб
to
твою
inform the
мать,
woman who represents
репутация на
Teleme here of the situation. She's the commander of the Soul Lasser, and she was furious when she heard about their actions. She made a point of punishing them herself, and of having your people set free as a token of good faith.
I understand. She's proven a respectable queen, and you have proven an ally. I thank you for your help on Almanawi. From now on, you have our
Репутация минус
gratitude
1 и говорит, ты
and
заслужила
our
наше
trust.
доверие.
From this day forward,
Блять,
you
логично.
are a garant of our clan.
Пиздец.
Anything more?
И репутация плюс 4 сразу. Блять, где логика?
I need to be going.
Wow, well, I'm sick.
Лагерь у Эдема.
What an astounding place.
Обращаюсь ко всем добрым людям, которые будут пересекать Ледвилл. И мой брат пошел туда из любопытства, да так и не вернулся. Если кто найдет его тело, прошу похороните.
It is the village of Eden the Cardinal Mother told you about.
К северу от Эдема обнаружено логово Йоргудав. Ловушки предоставляем.
Natives and priests live together. I must admit that I'm curious to see it.
All that's left to do is find Father Justinius.
Welcome to Eden, the lighthouse of faith, harmony, and civilization in these wild lands.
Thank you. Desade, I am the legate of the merchant congregation.
And I am Father Justinius. Delighted. And what may I do for you?
The Mother Cardinal has asked me to investigate the theft of these tablets you discovered.
That's excellent news. The loss of the tablets is a catastrophe. We have to find them at all costs. If you want to learn more about these tablets, you should go ask Sister Eugenia. She supervises the theologians who discovered them, and were also guarding them. You should find her a bit further in the village, with her colleagues.
Who are the suspects of this theft?
The heretical brutes of the village of Vedlug most likely had a hand in this. They must have wanted to please the demons they worship by stealing the holy word from us.
How could they have learned of the tablet's existence?
Perhaps the demons are giving them this power. Unless one of the natives living in the village innocently mentioned them. They are so naive. Either way, I am certain that the heretics are involved in this matter.
I must leave you. Goodbye.
May the enlightened always keep you in their divine blessing.
I wonder what really happened when the missionaries came to settle here.
It all seems a bit too convenient. If we find out some information about the history of Eden, maybe we'll change our view on things. The theft of the relic is probably not a coincidence. Father. Tell me about how you created this village.
We did not create it from the ground up. It was built around an existing native village. The islanders called it Vixenagad, which translates to the village of the old sage. We saw it as a sign. The natives had probably chosen this name in memory of Saint Matthias, and everything here fit the description of Saint Lucius. The discovery of the tablets proved us right. So, we decided to rebuild our Eden here, in the spirit of peace and harmony which is described in the scriptures.
Why share this village with the natives?
To replicate and resume the work of our founder, of course. If he came here and managed to convert the natives, then it is our duty to do the same thing. By living side by side with them, it is much easier for us to pass on our teachings.
How well do you get along with the natives who live here?
Very well, of course. Especially since those who opposed our presence left.
Left? To go where?
Oh, to other villages, I imagine. Does it even matter? Those who stayed are on the path of enlightenment. Some of their legends must have been about Saint Matthias. That helped to convince them.
And how well have neighboring villagers welcomed you?
With some reluctance, to be perfectly honest. So, we sent them missionaries. There are still frequent conflicts with the village of Vedlug, a highly violent village of heretics. But the other villages, the more peaceful ones, are slowly starting to listen to the sacred word.
There is something strange here.
It often takes time for the people of the continent to get used to our paradise, but I am sure you will come to appreciate it.
I must leave you. Goodbye.
May the enlightened always...
Hello. I am Lair, the village leader. Well, I was the leader of this village.
Hello. De Sardet. I'm the legate of the merchant congregation.
There are Onol Manawi among the Logead Blau. I did not know that. What do you want from me?
I have heard a lot of things about this village of Eden, but I'd like to hear your version.
I'm not sure I have the answers to all of your questions, but I'll try.
Tell me about the arrival of the people of Thélème and how you received them.
The priests were roaming around the village. They were saying that it was the place where their saint had lived. They were asking questions, talking about the Lloyd and all these things. One morning they were building houses next to ours. And we had new neighbors.
The priests told me that they had managed to convert you. How did that happen?
As long as we refused to listen to them. They were violent, and they destroyed some of our sanctuaries. So we let them talk. And now that they think that we love their god, they leave us alone. Some of the things they say are beautiful, and their magic is impressive. But we do not forget our spirits.
One of the theologians told me that you had helped them in their research.
They wanted to find tracks of the old sage, of the one they call Saint Matthäus, and they were rummaging through everything. Our Donegad did not want to tell them anything, because the old sage is sacred here. But since they violently interrogated everyone, I thought it wise to guide them to the place where the stones were.
What happened to your warriors? Why did they have to leave the village?
They did not accept the presence of the priests and their questions. They tried to retake the village. They even asked Deirdre, the chief of Vedlug, for her help. So, the priests called the Soul Lasser, the Burning Suns, and they killed many of them. I asked for peace, and the others left us. They wanted to join Vedlug. Perhaps they have done so.
Aren't you angry after all that happened?
No. I mourn those who died, of course, and the Vorstyrent. But this village may be our opportunity.
Your opportunity for what?
For the Renaigse to understand who we are. Not savages, nor monsters, but men, perhaps wiser than they are.
I have to go.
Like so many others.
I am busy. If you have questions, go see Sister Eugenia. She's our supervisor.
Do you have any ideas about who stole the tablet?
Some of the village savages helped us during the search. Perhaps they are behind all of this. There was a particular woman who seemed to want us to be there. I don't remember her name, though.
If you are saying that these tablets bear writings from the very hand of our holy founder, then we must find them. Without them, all our research to trace the life of Saint Matthäus on this island is doomed to failure.
Mother Cardinal asked me to help you find the tablets that were stolen. Can I ask you some questions? Of course.
But hurry, I have a lot to do.
The Mother Cardinal told me that this village has been developed on the basis of St. Lucius's writings. Are you one of the theologians who helped in its creation?
Yes. I was sent here to confirm that this place is indeed the one described in the writings, and then I stayed.
What was the reaction of the natives when you arrived here?
Most of them were not in favor of us living amongst them. They were afraid we might chase them out of their own village. And there were even more protests once we started talking about searching for traces of Saint Matthias. I suppose they thought we would destroy all of their raised stones and other places of superstition.
Were there any confrontations with the natives?
Yes. The warriors of the village attacked us. The Ordo Luminous actually had to intervene. The Inquisition managed to make them run away. The islanders tried to attack again with the support of Vedlug, but we stood our ground. And when Lur, the chief of the village, finally accepted our presence, things calmed down.
Thank you. This information will certainly prove to be useful. I talked to Father Justinius. He told me that you were supervising the theologians here.
Indeed. It is under my supervision that the research on Saint Matthias is conducted.
Where were the tablets the night they were stolen?
We were keeping them in one of the village's shacks. We intended to bring them to San Matthias later, but first we wanted to examine them in order to obtain as much information as possible. You can go and take a look in the shack if you want to, but I couldn't find any traces of forced entry.
I imagine that someone was keeping watch over them.
Of course, we took turns guarding the shack. But some of us can't have taken the task that seriously. If I remember correctly, it was Brother Virgil who was guarding them that night.
Whom do you suspect of being the thief?
Oh, alas. I'm afraid there are many suspects. These tablets are priceless relics. Some settlers may have fallen prey to the lure of profit. The heretical natives of Vedlug may have wanted to take them away from us. Or it could have been vengeance by those who had to leave the village.
Well, thank you for these pieces of information.
I am the one who should be thanking you. Especially if you managed to retrieve the tablets for us.
Thank you. I will let you work. Do you have any ideas about who stole the tablet?
Some of the village savages helped us during the search. Perhaps they are behind all of this. There was a particular woman who seemed to want us to be there. I don't remember her name, though.
Greetings. Desade. I'm handling the investigation into the theft of the tablets. Sister Eugenia told me to talk to you.
I'm Brother Virgil. What would you like to know?
According to your colleague, you were the one in charge of guarding the tablets on the night of the theft. Is that right?
Indeed.
Do you think the culprit could be a native?
Well, since none of us did it, it seems obvious. There aren't many other settlers around here. And the natives knew of the existence of these tablets before we found them. They were attached to them too, in their own way.
They are the ones who led you to them.
Well, we conducted the research, but they helped us find where they were hidden. Some inhabitants of the village are still giving us a hand with our work.
What can you tell me about that night? Did you hear or see anything?
No, nothing in particular. The night was quiet, and then the morning after, we saw they were gone.
Someone had to enter the shack to steal the tablets. How did that happen?
I have no idea. The door was closed in the morning, and the lock was intact.
Do you suspect anyone in particular?
Not really. What I can tell you for sure is it is not one of us.
Well, Sister Eugenia did tell me that the tablets were priceless.
Of course. But our motivation is not the lure of profit. All that matters to us is their value as proof, not the money we could make out of them.
Well, thank you. I will investigate where the theft took place.
As you wish. But you won't find anything there. And why does it matter, anyway? There were witnesses to the discovery of these tablets. We have all the proof we need. And that's all that matters.
What do you mean?
Now we can prove Saint Matthias lived here. Our actions on this island are justified. To keep rummaging the way Sister Eugenia does will only create more tensions with the natives.
I was not expecting a theologian to say such things. Have you been in Eden for a long time?
2 months, approximately. Back then, there were still some pagan natives in the village. I joined Sister Eugenia's team with some of my colleagues, so we could give them a fresh outlook on things. We arrived straight from Ptolemy, hoping to study some new texts. But once we were here, I understood that my real mission was with the islanders. We must bring the light to this island.
Открыть окно.
You talked about a mission with the natives. What did you mean by that?
I may be under the command of Sister Eugenia here, but my superior is Bishop Domitius. Our mission is to banish pagan cults and convert the entire population to the light. The island belongs to Saint Matthias, and therefore to Ptolemy, since the god of light offered it to our founder.
If your superior's Domitius, you are a member of the Ordo Luminis. I did not expect to find one of its members side by side with the missionaries. They usually do not get along.
The Order goes everywhere the light needs to be revealed.
You have a very unique way of seeing things. I doubt everyone accepts it. How are your relations with the natives?
When I arrived, we were still trying to obtain information from them about Saint Matthias, but they were very reluctant to give us any answers. We were also trying to educate them. Our attempts eventually made some of the inhabitants of the village react badly. Most stubborn against our teachings, the warriors, and the marked. The ones the natives call the Onomanawi. They eventually left, and it has proved nothing but a blessing for us. I would like to go back to work now, if you don't mind.
Of course. I will leave you to your work. I knew that the story would be more complex than we'd been told.
I find it regrettable that my colleagues aren't more honest when it comes to history. Nothing solid has ever been built on lies.
Either way, the resentment here is strong enough for a theft to occur. There's only one entrance, and the door shows no evidence of a break-in.
Brother Virgil can't have cared less about these relics. He must have fallen asleep on duty. And then, someone must have just stolen the keys from him.
It's very likely that that's what happened. But someone must have informed them. It can't be a coincidence that they decided to steal it during the watch of the only neglectful guard.
So, we have to find their accomplice. The one that informed them, and who must be in the village.
We know that this theft could be an act of vengeance by the natives who were forced to leave here. They must still have allies in the village. Family or friends. We should go talk to the chief of the natives. He will certainly know who's close to the exiles, and enough about the researchers to inform them.
You have returned on Almanawi. Do you need something else?
I think I know who stole the tablets.
Really?
I believe those who were exiled from your village seek vengeance because the missionaries forced them to leave. They must have taken the tablets with the help of someone else who stayed here.
You may be right, but you may also be wrong.
You do well to tell me what you know. Once the priests have reached the same conclusions as I have, how do you think they will interrogate you?
You're probably right. The Inquisitors would come back, and my people would suffer. I do not want to break the peace that I did all I could to make. I think the name of the woman you are looking for is Vindwal. She helps the priests who seek the old sage.
If she's helping the priests, why would she betray them now?
Her son is one of the warriors who had to leave the village. He is filled with anger and fury. If you go talk to her, please, do not hurt her. She is but a mother who acted according to her son's wishes.
I have no intention of hurting her. But things may not be so simple when it comes to her son. I have to go.
Like so many others.
Greetings. Are you Vindwal?
Bertia Tumad. Yes, that is me. What do you want?
What can you tell me about Lair, your former leader?
He is a man of peace. Some people dislike him, not me. Everything he did to save the village. But I think the mind shakers made him forget what we are. He almost speaks like them now.
Listen, I know you helped the exiles to steal the tablets of Saint Matthias.
No, this is not true. It wasn't me.
There's no point in denying it. I know you did it for your son who had to leave the village.
If you know that, then you know that I don't have the tablets. So what do you want from me?
The only means of alleviating the situation with Ptolemy is to give the priests their tablets back. So if you do not want your son to suffer their wrath, it would be best if I could retrieve them discreetly.
Bran and the rest of the exiles are hiding in the woods, beyond the stone circle. If you want to take the tablets away from them without being seen, do not take the path on the left. It is riddled with traps. And please, do not hurt my son.
Here's the place that Vindwal indicated. The exiles must be near.
These people have been banished already. There's no need to add death to their list of punishments. Let's try not to fight them.
Don't worry, we'll be discreet.
In that case, we should avoid taking the left path. If I remember correctly, what that would...
Do it! What are you doing here?
I'm not here to fight you, but I must retrieve the tablets of Saint Matthias.
What? How do you know we have them? And how? Not Freddy. We will not give them back! We lost our homes and families, so the priests lose their sacred stones.
Perhaps I could do something for you in exchange for the tablets.
You are a Renaigse. You cannot help us.
I am also an Onol Manawi. So?
We want to join the Sengeden Anadas, Deirdre's clan. But she only accepts warriors, and not all of us are warriors. Give us a family and a home, and we will give you back the priest's stones.
Very well. I will go see her. I hope that we manage to convince Deirdre.
Especially considering she isn't exactly known for her friendship towards strangers.
What do you seek?
I come on behalf of the exiles of Vixonagad. They'd like to join your clan.
Some already have done. The others should just do like them and undergo the trials of the warriors.
But not all of them are warriors.
We're about to go to war. Those who do not know how to fight have no place amongst the Sengeden Anadas.
I implore you to reconsider Deirdre. Though they may not all be fighters, these people will know how to make themselves useful in your village.
Very well. You have helped us, and I trust in your judgment. You can tell the exiles that I'm waiting for them. Anything more?
I need to be going.
Seg.
I'm glad I managed to convince her. Now we'll be able to retrieve the tablets, and the exiles will have a clan once more.
So, what did Deirdre say?
She accepted to welcome you all into her clan.
I did not think that you'd manage to convince her. You can take the tablets.
Thank you. I hope that you'll be happy in your new family.
Ad Loredar. And you were right. You are more on Olmanawi than Renaigse.
What are you doing here?
I was worried for my son. I wanted to make sure that everything was fine.
Yes, everything is fine. He has joined the Sengedin Anadas and he gave me the tablets.
Really? What about the others? Those who are not fighters? I thought that Dedra did not want them.
I managed to convince her to accept all of the exiles.
I thank you for helping them. It is reassuring to hear that they are in a new clan.
I retrieved your relics.
Thank you. Thank you immensely. Thanks to them, we will be able to continue our research on St. Matthias.
I am curious to know who is responsible for this theft. The culprit must be brought to justice.
I do not want to point the finger at anyone. You have your relics back, and that's the only thing that matters.
Your indulgence honors you. But how can we be certain that these thieves will not strike again if they are not punished?
A good start would be to keep a better watch on the priceless treasures that you find.
In any case, you would do well to keep a better watch on your discoveries in the future. You should also pay more attention to those who share this village with you. This theft would never have happened had you truly been in harmony with the natives.
But that is precisely what we desire more than anything. We may have been a bit clumsy in the beginning, but we'll make sure to improve things in the future. You really were a great help. I would be most grateful if you agreed to continue helping us.
I might come back at some point, but alas, I am very busy.
Naturally. Either way, we are certainly capable of continuing our research without you.
Actually, I must go back to my work. Our next expedition must depart as soon as possible.
Your next expedition?
Our brave researchers must continue to follow the tracks of our founder on this island. In the meantime, here, take this as a token of gratitude for the help you gave us.
Thank you. I hope your expedition will be a success.
Бля, вот это мечара, конечно, был, бля. Так, а что там за кости были? К северу от Эдема обнаружено логово. Вот Эдем. Тут что ли? Болото. Север. Ага, я еще тут не был. Все, топ, это серьезно. За задание. Пиздец, ну такое, блядь. Обращаюсь ко всем друзьям, которые будут пересекать Виль. Мой брат пошел туда из любопытства, так и не вернулся. Если тело прошу вас, похороните, что будет с ним. Кошель с монетами, наверное, все еще при нем. Возьмите себе наград за доброе дело. Чтоб найти его, блядь. Пересекать ветви. Наверное, где-то тут он. Да и хрен с ним. С монетами, блядь. Так, что там 20 часов? Будешь спать. Петрус, ты где, блядь?
I'm happy you came to find me. Allow me to apologize once again. I should have spoken to you sooner, told you what I knew, and not betrayed your trust.
Indeed, you should have.
As I said, I'd like to make up for it and help you find your family again.
How do you intend to do that?
As you now know, I knew your mother. We had trouble communicating at first, of course, but we gradually learned to understand one another. She was important in her village. Based on what I know today, I think she was a Donegad. She told me her name, Arelwin, and told me about her family. She even gave me a pendant for you. You were only a child, so I gave it to Mrs. de Sade for safekeeping.
She gave me a necklace when I went to say goodbye to her. She said it was a family heirloom. Did my mother tell you the name of her village?
No. But I'm sure the Nords can help us. They were the ones who took your mother to the continent.
It was such a long time ago. How can I find out if they remember?
The Nords record everything down to the gentlest breeze. They must have written something in a logbook somewhere. So, do you want to try and find out where you come from? Do you want to find your relatives?
Yes. All this is so new to me. But I suppose so, yes.
Let's go then.
Пару часиков покумарить нельзя. О! Ёп.
Oh, there you are, Your Excellency. The Enlightened has heard my prayers.
What's going on? Where are the others?
After deciphering the content of the tablets, they went north to continue their research in some swamps. But they must have encountered problems.
Бля, да там всех растерзали, я там был.
And he was in a dreadful state. He most likely came to seek help, but he fainted. It's impossible for us to know what happened to them.
I am not a doctor, but I may be able to examine him.
Oh, please do. Any help would be appreciated. We've done our best, but our magic has proved inefficient. And the healer we sent for will certainly arrive too late from San Mateus.
This man is burning up with fever, and he bears several bite marks and traces of blows.
The blows did not put him in this state. He looks like a victim of poisoning. With the right antidote, I think we could get him back on his feet.
Have you tried giving him any anti-poison?
Of course, but to no avail. And what if it were a hex cast by the heretics?
No matter what happens, you always suspect them. This man was in the swamp. We know it's home to many creatures that we have a poor knowledge of. But local healers will certainly know which antidote to use. We could ask Lair. He will direct us to someone who understands remedies.
Так, почему я это должен делать? Живут в одной деревне.
On Almanawi, I heard.
Did Vindwal tell you?
Yes, and I feel more at peace, knowing that our brothers are alive, and that they will be able to join another clan. And you proved me right. Peace with the Renaigse is possible.
I need your advice. You may already know that one of the researchers came back wounded from the expedition.
I heard about it.
He has all the symptoms of a poisoning, but the anti-poisons we gave him had no effect. He must have been bitten by a creature of the swamp, and we're looking for a healer who would know of a suitable antidote.
So, you came to see me. Interesting. Our neighbors did not think for one moment that we could be helpful. Alas, our Donegat is one of the exiles. But Vindwal knows plants well. She will know.
Thank you. I will go see her. I hope she agrees to help us. I have to go.
Like so many.
Here you are again. What do you want?
I have come to ask for your help. Lair told me you know about remedies.
I do know a few of them. I have learned about plants. I used to want to become a Donegat.
One of the researchers came back wounded from the expedition. Apparently he...
And now he has the Llewellyn fever. We have a good knowledge about this affliction. He will die if he does not receive proper treatment.
Do you know which antidote should be given to him?
Yes. These priests are idiots. They could have asked for our help. You are different. So, I will give you the potion to cure them. Make him drink this remedy and he'll get better.
Thank you, Vindwal.
Сейчас сдохнет, наверное, нафиг.
Where am I?
You're in Eden. You are safe.
Аня.
Was I unconscious for a long time? The other members of the expedition, they are in danger. The swamp is so hostile. We weren't prepared for it. Some of our people have disappeared.
What caused these wounds?
A nightmarish creature. The swamp is full of them. A colleague and I had left to fetch some help when we were attacked. I managed to run away, but I don't know what happened to him. As for those who are at the camp, you must go help them.
Show me the location of your colleagues on the map. I will join them.
В левом верхнем углу, блядь.
There. Please, hurry.
Thank you. You should rest now.
Они там все померли нафиг. Чем мне за другую территорию кидает? Странно.
Ух ты. Что это, даже проход открыт уже? Да,
I do
ничего
not
себе.
remember there being a path in this place the
Там
last
где
time we
проход,
came.
тропы не было, да, не было.
This passage must have been cleared by the expedition. We should follow it.
Таки да, не было. Так, вообще надо сохраниться.
All I did was bring you to the place suggested by the
Really? But I did warn you. You just wanted to have it your way. Someone's...
Hey, what's happening here? I could hear you from miles away.
Your Excellency, I'm so happy to see you. You arrived right on time to settle this matter.
How did you manage to find us in the middle of this swamp?
Brother Fidelis managed to reach Eden. He's the one who told us where your camp was.
But he didn't leave alone. What happened to Father Orbricus, who was accompanying him?
He must be dead, like our other companions. This is all your fault. This is yet more proof that you are not fit to lead such a team.
Maybe you should calm down and...
This expedition was undertaken with no concern for common sense. We are not equipped to explore this time. Our people are disappearing, and all we have found are some
Brother Virgil is terrified, which probably explains why we have made incredible discoveries, and we could find...
You are beyond redemption. I won't waste another second talking. If you want to talk to me, Your Excellency, it will have to be without her.
How charming.
Your Excellency, I hope you will forgive us for that scene. My relations with but ever since we arrived here, it has been unbearable. I'm afraid we...
Before anything else, I need to know what has led to this situation between...
What would you like to know?
For what reason were you...
The expedition itself, I'm afraid. Virgil was always for him. Our discoveries in Eden were sufficient. They confirmed what he wanted. The rest, according to him, we should never have continued. And when we found new tablets, it became even worse.
Were they also written by Saint Matthias?
Without a doubt. The handwriting is the same. There are also some patterns, but what really angers Virgil is our founder explains that he learned a lot from the islanders. Something he now persists in saying that these tablets are fake.
Brother Fidelis told me that several members of the
Yes, that's why 3 more. I made a mistake.
And no one has searched.
I wanted us to search for, along with lack of...
And by someone.
Indeed.
I'm thankful for these pieces.
Of course, that's...
Найдем сейчас.
Brother Virgil.
What do you want?
Can you explain to me what...
The reason for it is very simple. It is Eugenia's folly. The discoveries made in Eden were sufficient, but no. She organized this expedition in a hurry, without taking elementary... And now she's accepting as facts the delirious right...
What do you mean?
We found some new tablets, allegedly written by Saint Matthias, but their content is so absurd that they were obvious. I am certain that the natives must have found these stones before us and modified...
How would they have done that? The natives can...
They must have been helped by an unscrupulous settler. How would I know?
Brother Fidelis, that we've been in this region, and the only native we met was a little insane, but would have been incapable of killing...
Those savages may very well... We will not be safe on this...
I see. So, you...
So we can die as well!
I cannot take sides in your... Even if you think they are dead, we have to try...
Well, but I would not get to get there. Take the...
Секунды, бля. Ничего, сейчас мы пойдем. Нахерачим пилюлей всем.
This man's skull is sunken, but he doesn't look like he was in a fight. Could he have fallen?
That is unlikely. Look, my child. The wound is located at the back of the skull. I regret to say that in my opinion, he was struck from behind. With a mace, most likely.
This man's death was no accident, nor was it linked to any predator attack. It was caused by a violent strike to the back of the skull with a mace, and it didn't take place here. The marks surrounding the body show that it was moved, most likely to make it seem like he fell to his death. This man's skull is sunken, but he doesn't look like he was in a fight. Could he have fallen?
That is unlikely. Look, my child. The wound is located at the back of the skull. I regret to say that in my opinion, he was struck from behind. With a mace, most likely.
Ёб твою мать.
The body of this man was devoured by beasts, but it happened after he died. One of the wounds is clearly a knife wound. But alas, it is impossible to know who was wielding it.
Короче, сами себя перехерачили, блядь.
The cause of death is no mystery. This man was attacked by one of those large reptiles, a Llewellyn, and yet these iridescent marks on his skin make me think that a stasis spell was cast on him first. He was intentionally immobilized so that he would fall prey to this animal. It seems obvious now that these disappearances were orchestrated.
All these disguised deaths, these abject crimes. The natives can be violent, but they are not deceitful. I'm afraid that Brother Virgil may have found a way to take control of the expedition. He should be judged for it.
Indeed. I think that we should go find this brother and ask for an explanation.
Багатий, сундук багатий. Что, рановато сюда, да, могу идти? Так, окей, тогда в лагерь у местных место раскопок.
Brother Virgil.
Your Excellency! Weren't you supposed to be looking for our colleagues?
Indeed.
Нашел уже это.
I regret to say that they are indeed all dead.
I knew it. What a waste. Eugenia and her recklessness are to blame for this.
I'm afraid someone else is responsible for this. These deaths are not accidental, and yet they were disguised as such.
The savages. Their thirst for blood is unquenchable. I knew we should never have come without an escort.
Oh, Virgil, would you please stop taking us for fools? The natives had no hand in this.
Who else could it be?
Someone who desperately wanted this expedition to fail. Does that remind you of anyone?
Fine. You unmasked me. But know that my cause is righteous. The Ordo Luminous sent me to keep an eye on this expedition, to ensure that the discoveries we made would not jeopardize our nation or our presence on this island. But the inscriptions on the tablets are a heresy, a dangerous manipulation. Can you imagine what would happen if it was said that our founder listened to the teachings of the natives? But even then, foolish Eugenia accepted these discoveries as truth, without any hesitation, without realizing that our entire nation could suffer because of it. So yes, I wanted to scare her.
I understand that you might want to protect your nation, but to go as far as assassinating several of your colleagues...
Come now. What would you do if someone were threatening the congregation? You
Вот
cannot
чёрт.
make me believe that you would not be willing to kill. You may have already done so. But since you want to avoid using violence, help me convince Eugenia to go back to Eden. My colleagues and I know how to sort through these discoveries. And you will be rewarded, of course.
It is undeniable that these discoveries could cause a great upset in Ptolemy. But he has no right to decide what should be revealed or not. On this island, Cornelia should be the one to decide. Be careful with your accusations, though. Eugenia and her colleagues are on edge. We wouldn't want them to start killing each other.
Какую нахуй на его сторону, что гоните? Разоблачить нахер оленя.
Of this expedition are concerned. They should decide on what to do next.
Чё, блядь, за что репутация у меня минус, блядь?
Everybody listen. Alas, I must inform you that I found the dead bodies of your missing colleagues.
How awful. What happened to them?
Someone wanted us to believe that they were killed by some swamp animals. But it was all staged. Your colleagues were murdered, and their bodies abandoned to the creatures.
What? But why do such a thing? And who murdered them?
Brother Virgil confessed to his crimes in front of me.
Monster! You will pay for these crimes. These people you killed were our brothers, our friends.
You stupid goose. You really believe that I will let you pass judgment on me? You shouldn't have been so quick to accept these lies that could destroy our nation, and want to reveal them for all to hear. You are solely responsible for these deaths.
How dare you present yourself as the protector of our nation? Murderer!
Maybe everyone can protect me in this battle. Bit of poison on my blade. Then let's go! May the shadow engulf our enemies. Let's see who the enlightened will favor.
I'm sorry, sister. Brother Virgil fled during the battle.
The coward. And naturally, his accomplices fled along with him. What a waste. So many people died.
Perhaps I shouldn't
Блядь,
have
и он
revealed his
еще
crimes in
убежал.
front of
Как
everyone.
это так,
But I
блядь?
thought it was the best way of ensuring he would be judged.
Considering how high tensions have been these last few days, a fight was inevitable, alas. But you did what you thought was fair. Here, take this, as a token of gratitude for shedding light on these dismal events. Alas, we will have to go back to Eden as well. There are too few of us to continue the research.
Were you hoping to discover more?
Пиздец.
Of course. This place was but a
Минус
single step
репутация,
in
блядь.
Saint Matthias's journey. The last tablets speak of a journey northbound, further up in the swamp. But even if Virgil is no longer a threat, we are not sufficiently well equipped to go there.
We could go there for you if you wish. You just have to tell us where to look.
That would be marvelous. Of course, you would have to start from the excavation site where I think I noticed a path going north when I was there, actually. Perhaps you will be lucky enough to find...
Don't worry.
За что минус репутация? Пиздец, помог. Сука, где логика в этой игре? Потом ловкость пойдет уже.
We should rummage through this area. If someone lived here, it must have been in a drier place. Bit of poison on my blade, and let's go!
May the shadow engulf our enemies!
Let's see if you can
Что?
Люди сходишь,
М,
не побольная.
ох, Уже? Когда?
A cavern. Hermits often choose places like this when they want to live away from the world.
Some people have lived. But we will have to look further if we want to find traces of the saints. Poison on my blade. Our enemies.
Прикольный лагерь такой. Чё?
I can't do that.
Интуиция? А, ну да. Которой у меня нету. Зато у меня есть наука. Я умный. Найти что-нибудь, чтоб нажало. О, не понял, что-то пропустили. А что, по-другому туда никак? Только, блядь, наукой? Ну, вон ящик, там все дела. Др-др-др-др-др-др-др-др-др. Др-др-др-др. Да, ну это, конечно, пиздец. Я понял, что тут найти надо, ну, блядь, а пройти-то я не могу туда. Окей, погнали дальше.
These murals are magnificent. If St. Matthias did come here, this is where he must have settled.
Let's take a closer look at these paintings. We may learn something from them. This mural is very ancient. It depicts an old man dressed as a priest, getting his face painted by a masked native. This mural depicts an old man praying in front of a face in the mountain. He's holding a rosary. Saint Matthias, praying to Enon Milfrichteman. Engraved tablets. They resemble the ones we recovered in Eden. We should take them with us. The researchers would be delighted to study them. There are some native symbols here and some letters I recognize, as if someone had tried to write in the native language using our alphabet. Men stad in on mil fruktemen. This is incredible. Saint Matthias would have known about the spirit of the island and would have prayed to him. It looks like a chaplet made of pewter. It's rather basic, but it was made a long time ago. And it undeniably comes from the continent.
This is incredible. Saint Matthias is often depicted or described as using a similar chaplet. Oh, I feel so lucky to be here. In this cavern where our founder lived.
Да.
I do not know these glyphs, but these spirals are native symbols. There are some words in our ancient language next to them. The light and the earth are the two faces of a same power. It's impossible to know if this is a translation or another sentence. But this is a message that would seriously displease the Inquisitors.
I don't know if you realize the importance of what we've just discovered. Saint Matthias, the founder of Teleme, finished his life worshipping the islanders' god. This is so incredible. Although it will cause a huge upset for our nation, our cult, and our relations with the natives.
I wonder what I should do with these relics. Eugenia probably didn't imagine that Saint Matthias lived his life in a way that's so different from what they advocate. As for Virgil, he wasn't wrong. Such a revelation will certainly cause a schism in Teleme.
I know how difficult keeping some secrets can be, and this one is huge. It could lead to peace with the natives, as much as it could lead to a civil war.
I already took sides in their quarrel. If I change my mind, I'm afraid that it might be seen as treason. I'll think about it on the way there. Let's go back to the researchers' camp.
Чё, правду расскажем, конечно. Не надо ничего переписывать. Всё будет как должно быть. Блин, туда, конечно, пройти. Там что-то вкусненькое, может быть. Сундучочек, который может быть золотые шмоточки. Ради интереса можно смотреть. Делаем так. Сохранить. Потом делаем вот так. Где наш будет талантище. Что там надо, чтобы залезть? Интуиция. И бросить нахер. Интуиция, что надо, да? Или что-то надо. Ох, блядь. Так какая пауза? Отмени, оу. Блядь, 3 дырки, ебать. Все на выносливость надо. Да ты шо? Уничтожить и уйти, серьезно. Бля. А мне всего одна интуиция, да, нужна? У меня же есть там это. Где она? Ну да. Блять, а я вот эту... Я науку качнул. Валенок. Следующее очко на 29-м дадут. Чуть-чуть не хватает до 25-го. Блин, ну там броники секосные.